They're gonna get one of the two here, Kobe.
For me? Oh, wow. Okay. So that would say that they put the confidence in Bjergsen, you know, to play up against this guy, but you know, maybe they'll even decide to pick it away or something here. Swain is picked up already.
Yeah, the Swain flex pickable, and the Swain and the Azir were the two that kind of stood out to us here. So if they pick Azir here for TSM, then Clutch could pivot and put the Swain somewhere else, but we already saw Featherman play it once.
TSM contemplating the AD carry pick. All right, they lock in the Caitlyn. They want to deny that one away from Apollo, and it also puts Sven on a champion that has a little bit more decision-making power when it comes to keeping himself safe.
It's self-sufficient. It dominates the lane. It's a takeaway, but this is the first time this split that Sven has played this champion where he's defaulted to the things like Ezreal. So it's a takeaway, but it's also the first time we're seeing him in NA play this.
This is what people wanted to see, though. Some adjustments from TSM in a must-win game for themselves. They leave up possible Azir there for Vivian, taking away from Apollo and that bottom lane. You don't just have to attack the support to try and break up that duo. And we'll see what they're able to accomplish. Now, Zach locked in for Lyra. That is going to be a more scaling jungler. You know, this is about as far from the Olaf as you get. He wants to get some extra levels in Elastic Slingshot before he can really put that extra pressure onto lanes.
Yeah, we've fallen from the Predator, run-at-you, farm very fast junglers. Now we're in the Aftershock, engage jungler tier right below it for both of these guys. Mike Young, Sejuani for that engage range, and the Thresh picked up very early before the second ban phase.
We saw in some of the fan tweets as we were loading into this game that if there's no Thresh ban in Game 4, you would have to think that a lot of the conversation that you're going to see in almost any avenue after this series is going to be TSM's adaptation and pick ban. With this Thresh, how do you answer?
But it's made a lot of sense for them because there are counters, right?
Before on something they have used time and time again. The Syndra summoned to the Rift for Bjergsen.
This is why, you know, before this game started, we were talking about there are multiple ways to make adjustments around a problematic champion. You know, Haku on Thresh is destroying you guys with a bunch of death sentences. Now they have Black Shield. They have super long-range duo lane. Plus, they've been able to finagle it so that Bjergsen now on his Syndra, he has been a huge playmaker for this team in the recent weeks. Big part of the team's resurgence. Here we go, though. Now it's going to be the Ornn locked up as well for Clutch Gaming. Another huge team ultimate that can be used.
Everything locked in for game number 4. The Camille could be very, very dangerous for that Jhin. Could have a lot of problems getting away from it. You got to protect Apollo very well for Clutch Gaming.
But we've seen Camille really fall out of favor with everyone favoring these tanks, and
ooh, that was a very nice max range never move there from Featherman. That's one of the best things you can do with that ability since it roots only on the way back. If they're at the maximum range, you can make a lot of plays.
Easy. Wow. He's getting forced out up top. Potential dive if he doesn't back. Oh, Lyra spotted.
All right, Lyra gets seen out by those minions being at the wrong spot.
They were.
Yeah. I mean, so here's the trick for people if you're doing invades. In solo queue, you watch your own minion line. When they go past that exact same crack, then you know that they're going to be there. Be a little bit more sleuthy.
Unfortunately, for on top of it, so he's finding a way to get Tracker's Knife when it's gone.
Commitment.
Tracker's Knife without the Tracker's Knife, but Hakuo's now been caught out. Mike Young multi-layering the CC there. Hakuo forced to flash away from Bjergsen, who wants to chase after this, but Lyra wants to follow. It does not matter. Bjergsen's got the damage. Lyra's still thinking about maybe making something happen here, but a TSM who have arrived in force. They popped the passive. Featherman's now in the middle of everyone. The Ornn comes through, and it's one in return for the side of Clutch Gaming. Sven's going to be the double kill. Mithy gets taken down. The shots raining in from behind. Apollo grabs himself a kill, and Bjergsen's going to go down too for sure. Lyra staying alive almost until the end. Bjergsen walks away. Featherman has the flash almost to try to catch him here, but the blast zone is there. Febby wants to go after this. Bjergsen throws him over the wall.
He's going to execute.
Wants to execute on this, but the Vision of Empire will make sure the damage continues to tick. Bjergsen with that DOT on him means he won't be able to get in execution range in time.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, Hakuo will seal his fate. No! Long shot from Apollo.
That's huge, though. Especially, I think going over to the Jhin is actually a little bit better because he's in a bad matchup, and getting him further ahead just makes it so the Caitlyn that's supposed to win it doesn't win it as hard. But look at this. This trade is Hakuho. He's kind of dead to rights from the start after he blows his flash and his cleanse, but the commitment here from TSM is what ends up biting them.
Yeah, Mike Young uses the permafrost first, then hits him with the ultimate for the long duration of the stun. Bjergsen flashes in knowing there's no more escape, but the turnaround from Clutch Gaming after this was pretty crazy. They pop, yes, the Zac passive, but Ornn ultimate comes in, cleans up TSM, and Vivin on the front lines with this Swain just demolishes them as they try and exit. But then the two solo laners of TSM got the return kill onto Lyra before Bjergsen went on that long chase.
And then the W into the Comet.
Most might secure, and that's one nice neutral objective for the side of Clutch Gaming. Febiven rotating towards this top part of the map, but you can also see TSM wanting to set up the three-man dive onto Solo here. He already blows the horn, looking to force the play onto Haunter. Takes him very low. Needs a little bit more damage to get the kill there. Haunter walking himself out. But Febiven says never move, as Mike Young's now finding himself caught out of position. It's Hakuho, Febi, and Lyra closing in. The stun from downtown, Apollo off the screen, facilitating these plays.
And Clutch, they're doing it. They're taking down TSM and dismantling them. Every member of TSM has already died once in this game, and they are blasting the lanes, and they're trying to get more of an advantage here.
Rift Herald going to be taken by Clutch Gaming after securing those kills. TSM, they had started a very deep play in enemy territory there at the exact same time the rotation was already happening from Clutch.
And now they'll just continue building this lead, creating further advantages for themselves from those they've already found. They pick up the Rift Herald. That's going to be some turret pushing power here very soon. Clutch Gaming getting everything they're needing here. Let's take another look.
Yeah. Man, Haunter is not winning this one-on-one here in solo. He hasn't gotten much attention in this entire series, but they finally come up to him. Mike Young looked like he was kind of in the vicinity to counter jungle, and so is Bjergsen to look for a dive potentially, but Solo goes aggressive, and that stops it completely.
Good looking skill shots here. Febiven hits his at the same time as Hako landed his death sentence, and then
also the game, and they claim it as they continue to push down the mid lane.
They might go for a dive
Opening
here.
Up.
Lyra
going all the way in. It's Smithy knocked up into the air, and he's taken down immediately. Apollo going on a killing spree with that one. It may be a trade here. The Zac Bloblets will be forced out. The teleport used to bring Lyra back to life so we can try to get away from this one. They will successfully get him out, and they take the turret too.
Woo! Clutch Gaming open up the map right down the middle. There's so much room for them to work with. Let's take another look at this dive. Aqua goes the hook outside while they open up with double ultimates here. Lyra goes right in.
Mithy Black shielded himself during that too, but you would have thought it never actually went off there because it instantaneously got blown up at the same time. So he still eats the Ornn ultimate afterwards. And so even though they picked the Morgana, they picked this counter to a lot of what was going on for
TSM might be in some trouble here though. Lyra going in, looking to find the damage onto Mithy, but the Black Shield keeps him protected. Lyra's gonna go ahead, utilize the ulti to get himself away from Febiven big in the middle of everyone, and he is unstoppable. Sven will be the first casualty here. The shots ring out, and they connect onto the back line of TSM as Clutch Gaming find one.
Hakuho with the death sentence over the wall, catches Sven there, and it's another kill.
This Swain, and now bottom side, it's Haunter who may be in some trouble yet again. The redemption being called down, it won't quite hit the mark, but the ulti will, and Solo, living up to his name, will find the kill.
Funnily enough, that redemption did heal Solo and give Hakuho an assist, so bonus gold.
Bonus gold. Shield down into Mike Young, Baron at 2K. They're looking to take it even lower, but it's secured by Apollo. Mike Young now in the pit, going to be focused down by the remaining members of Clutch Gaming as Febiven continues to zone everyone else away, and Sven is gone as well. Lyra makes sure that one happens. It's 2 dead on the side of TSM. It's Baron to Clutch Gaming.
Back in week 5, Mike Young up against Clutch Gaming when he had the objective stolen from him, said, I'm never going to miss that smite contest ever again, because he lost it to Apollo. Right there, Apollo covers it, gets it over Mike Young when he tries to get it, and right there, Clutch Gaming, they have a massive lead, almost 10,000.
I'd say they're knocking on the door, but they're just kicking the damn thing in. It's inhibitor number 1 under siege as Clutch Gaming takes this to TSM's doorstep.
Oh, and it's only moments away. All right, let's look at this play once again. Febiven, he's just trying to keep Mike Young out of the jungle. Black Shield is good from Mithy to allow Mike to get around So there was even a chance, yeah. So he smited, but I'm pretty sure they were coordinating because that was Apollo's 4th shot.
Yeah.
So that's so much burst damage that you would, have your AD carry talking to your jungler. All right, shooting 4th shot, land your smite.
Insurmountable at this point, especially with everyone still having that Baron for another 20 seconds.
And just shred these turrets. Apollo does so much damage to them. And now the trap line is set. This is one of the last defenses here for TSM. The kingdom is falling around them. They can see the castle walls just crumbling down. The 3-time champions back to back in the quarterfinals clutch. They came in as the 6th seed looking for this big upset.
And you can see on your screen right now, 4 times TSM's had a deficit at 30 minutes. None of those times have they rallied and won the game. Sven taking a little bit of damage now. Mike Young on the front line, going to be black shielded up. Hakuo, dead, taken down. The redemption not in time, but it's now going to be Featherman onto the front line. Mythy going to be taken very low. It's 1 for 1 so far. Support's going to be traded off. Lyra's bomb is kept alive again. And Featherman, true to his words, will end them today. TSM routed, the game over, and that is the end of this series and the end of TSM's perfect record of attending the playoff finals. Clutch Gaming will be the first organization to deny them their pass to the semis and will earn their spot in Miami.
Oh.